this is like the third job that I noticed that it's just taking longer. On Friday, I got the opportunity to work with them, and I feel like they are not performing at their full potential. I was yesterday just thinking, okay, you guys, you're making me lose so much money, and I'm just working myself to be able to cover our overheads and expenses. So to me, it's not fair, but I just wish they can see my point of view. Okay, I'm doing this for you to be working, but of course, whatever I'm doing, only knowing myself. But yeah, if you guys can chime in on that one, maybe to have a conversation with them and ownership of my failure, because all this happening because of me, right? Maybe just
Yeah.
start from scratch and let them go if they want to go, and just start hiring my helper and train him the right way. Thank you.
Okay, so Alex, if I understand your question, how
Hmm.
do we get underperforming painters to pick up the speed? So I would say three things. First is one, we have to understand that nobody is ever going to work as hard or as fast as we do. In all fairness, they don't reap the rewards, the benefits that we do. So they don't have as much vested, nor will they receive as much return. So that helps us to adjust our expectations some. Not that it has to go all the way to the level that they're underperforming at, but we can't expect them to be right where we are. Okay, as far as production rates and our speed and our efficiencies. Okay. Second is to set goals for them. Okay. So in our jobs, we would always title them Smith, exterior 80. And they knew 80 was the goal. And sometimes I don't know, Jones interior 40, right? And so they would know the goal. And then the idea was to hit that. And so we need to, one, set goals for them. And then two, if we set goals for them, they're still not hitting them, then you talk to them. You just say, I have a problem that I need help with. I'm trying to build a business for us so that we have long-standing careers and we can all get raises and make more money for years on end. Is that what you want? Yes. Okay, great. So in order for us to do that, you have to hit your goals. If you don't, the company doesn't make any profit and the company won't grow and you won't make any more money. Can you help me with this? And see what the response is. If it's above the line, great, they take ownership, great, we can move forward. If not, we need to think about removing them from the team because it might just be a character issue.
And will you do this question, both of them at the same time, like in a general meeting, or it's in person, like
So,
individual?
yeah, good question. Anytime I'm trying to change the culture of the team or implement something new, I always start with the influencer. So there's always an influencer on the team who's not the owner that everybody looks up to for the nod or which direction we're going or what we should be doing. It's just human nature. It's funny. But in this situation, if it's just a couple guys for you guys, you might meet with them together and say, hey guys, who wants to get raises? Who wants to make more money? They're all gonna be like, well, yeah, me, of course. Okay, so in order to do that, we have to hit goals. Now, first, I want to apologize for not setting goals if we weren't, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you guys what the hour goals are in these jobs. Okay. And if we hit them 3, 6 months at a time, we can all get raises. If we don't, then it's just not going to work out because the company has to be profitable to grow. And I want this company to go really bad so we can all make some more money. Sound good? Great. Does that make sense?
It does. Great. Thank you.
Okay. You're
What do
welcome.
you do if they say your goals are a little unrealistic and we're trying our hardest, but we just don't have enough hours to complete the work and make it look as good as you expect it to be in the time that you gave us?
Yeah, it depends. It's going to depend on the context on the team. So first is, do you believe that? Do you believe what they're saying is true? And or do you have another team that's hitting all your goals? Then if that's true, then say Joe and Bob, they're crushing. So Joe and Bob are crushing it. Same estimates, right? But you guys cannot, you guys are saying it's my fault, right? Which is bloodline. Okay. So it depends on if what they're saying is true or not. It's
Mhm.
usually not. Sometimes we're a little too aggressive. Sometimes we're bidding and we're bidding at production rates that we do, right? So that was step one is we need to readjust production rates to employee production rates rather than ours. Now, and then if they're not hitting them, or if they say they can, or it's not reliable, then either we need to adjust that if it's true. If it's not true, say then you need to replace them, especially if they don't believe they can do any better.
I was gonna say I was in the same boat a while ago. I started hand training all my employees. I've been hiring them at a younger age and teaching them all everything I know instead of hiring experienced painters. We did a drywall job just a little bit ago, and I learned a big lesson, actually 2 of them. Drywall takes a lot longer than you think, and it always does. And I was just behind drywallers, and it takes longer than this professional company does. So when we step outside of our normal specialty, we're going to run into some big problems there. We're going to have to learn a lesson. Until we do it 10, 20, 30 times and we learn all that, we won't be hitting our numbers. Number 2, what I look at is it's wintertime, your guys were working. I did the same thing. I just kept my company afloat. I ran 2 jobs about 3 weeks ago just to be able to pay my guys. And that's all we did. I didn't make a dime off anything, but I figured it's a lot less expensive than dipping into my profit to keep my employees. So in the wintertime, as long as they're making money and I'm not getting rid of them or having to lose my employees, that's one thing I really look at. The biggest thing that helped me was something Steve mentioned to me, was the after action review. And it's getting together with the team and talking about what worked, what didn't work, where were you finding your problems, what could we do to improve this? And then that's how you can speak with them about, hey, we're not hitting what we need. What can we do to correct this? And as a team, you're correcting it instead of pointing fingers. Hey, I noticed you guys aren't working hard enough, or I noticed you don't know enough. I noticed I didn't do this. It's a team effort. Hey, what can we do to improve upon this? Because I know that I can't expect this from you because you don't do drywall every day. It's wintertime, or at least we're working. What can we do to make this work for all of us? And that's how I look at that.
Spot on. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that.